The difference between power and authority is that power always has to insist upon itself. Authority doesn't have to insist on anything because it is legitimate. Normally, this requires some hindsight to see the difference, but because things are so sped up, we can kind of see it happening in real time. And it looks flimsy. Like Elon Musk's Doge thing, that was only like 6 months ago, but it feels like ancient history because nothing actually happened. At the time, it sounded like he was going to actually do something, but it turns out he didn't have the authority to do anything. All he could do was create content, and content lasts just long enough to be replaced by more content. Power-hungry men like that always have to constantly assert dominance and demand attention because they know what they're doing won't last. They know they're not building anything that will be remembered. I mean, MLK, letter from Birmingham jail, that's what gets remembered. Nobody remembers the cop who arrested him. Lyndon Johnson signing Medicare, that gets remembered. That is something we live with, that exists outside of the screen. But the only way to not lose your mind in the present moment is to remind yourself of the flimsiness. We have to remind ourselves we don't actually live under totalitarianism. This isn't Hitler. This is Saddam Hussein. This is Joseph Mobutu. It's someone who doesn't actually have the authority to control things, so they have to control your attention. They throw parties for themselves and hunt down their political enemies. It is dangerous, but also pathetic. I mean, the strong men of history look strong at the time, but all they end up being is a question on a history test. Actual builders leave a legacy. You don't have to remember Lyndon Johnson to know Medicare. You don't have to remember FDR. You have to remember your Social Security number. That is actual legacy.